Hello, good evening, students. Today's transcription number back of 94 on the speed of 100 words per minute. Start. If the members of that side of the house go to some other houses and hear lectures very seriously, they should come here and tell us that they are also going to increase the wages of the workers when such measures are brought up. Such occasions are good occasions for them to begin to cultivate this thing because you have yet to learn the ABC of socialism first, and you cannot write a book or a poem or an article straight away, and we do not expect you to do it either. But if you are really sincere about what you are talking, you should try to learn the ABC. That is to say, begin with giving the workers a fair deal, giving them a living wage, and dealing with the workers here in this bill. You should make provisions for them. I do not suggest to the minister that in this bill there should be provision that so much wages shall be given to the rubber plantation worker or fix a scale and all that sort of thing. All that I have proposed in this amendment is that the board should be given that reorientation of outlook should be given the direction that the wages have to be increased and that they have to consciously work for it. That is all that I demand in this amendment. Sir, we do not like that our workers should be exploited by the people, and he will not deny because it has been pointed out from that side of the house also that huge profits are being amassed. They cannot spend the money. The British who are earning out of this industry cannot spend the money. With all their luxury and extravagance, they cannot spend that money here in this country. They send this money abroad. Even then, they retain some money in their hands. They would rather keep them in banks idle than give this money to the workers for bettering their lot, for improving their conditions, which determines in the final analysis whether the production of the country would go up or not. Now, sir, I read with great interest the Select Committee's report, especially the portion of the evidence appended to it, and I would ask you also, sir, to reread if you have already read this interesting document. You see here Mr. T. Krishnamachari crossing swords with an important representative of the British interests, the British rubber interest in this country. Now, it is all a wordy battle. It is a sort of very interesting competition for being smart, one trying to overreach another in smartness. But at the same time, out of these discussions, it emerges that the British interests are totally unmindful of the interests of the workers, of the interests of the country as a whole, although the British gentleman who came here to give evidence spoke of national interests, and all that. Here you will find many times